Katy is 5 weeks away from giving birth to our child, and we are here in the city in which she's going to give birth. We are here in the apartment in which we're going to bring a newborn into this world. And after traveling for 3 years, I gotta say, this apartment is a little bit disappointing. It just really stinks what you can get for the money that you pay in America. So we did our budget and we saw that over a course of a year, on average, we spent $1,100 to stay in Airbnbs all around the world. And this past year, we stayed in 16 different countries. And here in America, everything is so expensive. Like, this place is over $1,500 a month. And that is only because we went through this website called Furnish Finder, and it wasn't even through Airbnb. So the one that we have right now, we have like a proper lease and we had to pay a security deposit, and it was just such a pain in the butt compared to Airbnb. But if we did not get an apartment through Furnish Finder, I mean, it would have been twice that, probably like $2,400 for anything anywhere close to the hospital in which we want to give birth. I don't know if you can hear that, but this apartment also, I can't see it, but we can hear trains on a regular basis. And the first night we moved in here, it was really rough because all throughout the night we heard this train. And I don't know where the tracks are, I don't know what train this is, but apparently it is a train that goes almost every hour. It really reminds me of the place that I had before we left America, in which it was right on the train tracks. Also, there's a lot of issues with parking, like my spot would get taken, just like the one that we have here. Really so many similarities. It's just, you really don't get your money's worth. So we're spending at least $300 more than we would for a really nice place overseas. And we have to deal with like all these noises and issues parking, but you have to have a car here. It's a little bit stressful. Thank God the first time that we came back to America, we got all of our car issues figured out and situated. That was probably, a couple $1,000. But thank God the car's been working well. We are in the apartment that we're going to bring the newborn into, and we're going to give you a tour so you can see what you get for $1,500 in America. Spoiler, it's not what you get overseas.
Welcome to our humble abode. So this is the entrance, and it goes right into the kitchen area. So pretty big kitchen, and for me that's important because I like to cook. And one of the things that I'm planning on doing in the next couple weeks is meal prepping a bunch of freezer meals to be able to then just throw them into the oven or the crock pot or whatever. I will say though, this sink is pretty far back, and so it's really hard for me to like wash dishes. And so I was like, babe, sorry, you're just gonna have to wash all the dishes from here on out. But she pretty much washes the dishes all the time anyways.
This kitchen has plenty of storage space. There's no doubt about that. But these cabinets, I don't even know how they got them on the wall. I mean, they're definitely crooked, and then they're also slanting forward. I feel like if you put too much weight into these cabinets, it would just come crashing down onto the kitchen floor. Also, we had to clean them because I don't know if they had cockroach poop, some kind of animal poop in it, which was not so best. But we cleaned everything down, scrubbed it really well, and put in these liners that we bought on the bottom there, so hopefully we don't get any sort of infestation into our personal dishes and cooking supplies that we brought into the apartment. Here we have the coffee pot that we bought, which is nice because it has a brew later, it has a stronger brew option, and it's pretty nice. The oven here, which is nice because not everywhere has an oven. Even in Colombia, we just had a stovetop, we didn't have an oven. And then here's what Katy was talking about with the refrigerator and with the freezer. Sometimes we'll just have a mini fridge, so I gotta give America that. They have plenty of room for food. Here is our beautiful air conditioning unit that goes right into the wall. There's 2 of them in here. There's not one in the living room area that we're about to go into next, but there's one in the bedroom and then one here in the kitchen, which this place is pretty poorly insulated, so it is nice to be able to turn not just the air conditioning on, but also the heat. So I'm glad, but every now and then when you turn it on for like 15 minutes or more, it just shuts off, but at least it gets you a little bit warm.
Let's go this way. This is the living space, so we just walk right through. So it is a studio, but like I said, it's kind of divided up with walls pretty well. So this looks like a completely different space. This is where we've been working and lounging and watching TV. Now this TV is smaller than the one in the bedroom you'll see in a minute, which is kind of, I don't know, I would have much preferred to have the big TV in the living room, and that one's a smart TV. This one's not. We have to use our little HDMI cable to hook it up to our laptop and watch stuff through there. And yeah, we travel with this all the time, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it would have been nicer to have the big TV in here, which we haven't used at all.
I really don't understand what the purpose of this TV is if it's not a smart TV. Also, there's no cable. It's just a monitor. What? In the living room? Come on.
Yeah. And we have been able to like just decorate a little bit, put up some of our own pictures. There's a picture over there, and then this picture from India up here. So trying to make it somewhat homey for a couple of months. I will give this apartment a thumbs up for storage because there's plenty of storage. Can't use most of it myself because it's all above my head, but that's what I got Will for. And so we've already started putting some stuff here. We got tons and tons of diapers and baby wipes. So it's already stored away in one of these cabinets for us. So that's great. And then this is our makeshift closet. We don't have much, so we don't need that much space. But here, come here, look at this. It's really hard to get the hangers out because the bar is really really high up to the top. See? Like I have to like bend it this way to get it out. But again.
It's like living out of a shed.
Yeah. Good thing we're minimalist and we just don't really care. We don't really care. And then this is the bathroom. Pretty simple, small bathroom, shower. The shower is really nice. I will give it that. Very nice.
The floor of the shower is kind of cool.
Cool? Like cold or cool?
Well, both. It's like little rocks or something.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool shower. Small sink space. But at least there's some space we can put our stuff in.
Also, hopefully you're not a shy pooer because the door does not close completely. There's this gap here, so it's just, they just don't put that much effort into any of this stuff. But this is the medicine cabinet where you can store a good amount of stuff, I guess. But then there's no place to store anything in the bathroom, so there's not like a shower caddy or a niche. It's just the walls. So if you want to have your soap, you just got to store it over here and grab it from out of the shower. And not enough towel rack, so I just hang my towel up there. And then yeah, no medicine cabinet here, just a basic mirror and not a lot of storage space. We had to go to probably Walmart or something like that and get this little cup. We're just trying to survive until we can get out of America again. All right, open up the bedroom door.
So this is our bedroom door. This is a studio, but again, it's divided up. Unfortunately, when one's recording in here, doing something in here, you can still hear from over there, but at least if we wanted, there's somewhat of a door. I will say the main reason we picked this apartment was because it had a king size bed, and I think this was the only apartment that we could find furnished and, you know, at our budget with a big bed. And that is super important because Will is really tall. And again, when we're in Colombia, bed not only was uncomfortable, it was also too small. Will's feet were kind of falling over the edge of the bed. So he's sleeping a lot better. I'm sleeping a lot better. That's most important. Roof over our head and a place to sleep. But yeah, this area is very comfortable. There's a makeshift fireplace over here. And so just put everything kind of in front of it because we're not using that. This is that big TV that I mentioned. We haven't used it at all, even though it is the smart TV. And then we've got a good little dresser over here, plenty of storage. And yeah, I think that's it. This over here is something super special. This is our very own canvas of Greece. It's a photo that I took in Greece, and we have started to sell my photography online as canvas prints. So we'll link that down below if you're interested in buying a print, that would be super awesome. So yeah, we have one here because we wanted to test it out and get footage of this for the website and everything. But look at this. It's so cool to see like my artwork on a canvas. Like hopefully we can make some sales and not that I would see it in people's homes, but
you can invite us over.
Yeah, I guess you could, yeah. But just the idea of it being up in people's homes is pretty exciting. Because before we left full-time to travel, I was a family photographer. And so I did do a lot of sessions for like people that I knew and friends and family. So I would go over their houses and see the pictures that I took of their family hanging on the walls. So I guess that's why I was thinking it'd be cool to see these in some homes. But probably won't know anybody who buys them. But check it out, katikefi.com. Super excited for this new venture. It's been a couple days since we started our nesting phase. We're picking back up today. I know that nesting is technically prepping for the baby, but I feel like it's so much more than just the baby. It's preparing myself and then preparing for the hospital and just a bunch of different things. And so one of the things that we had read was to prepare like a little gift basket for the nurses at the hospital, and just to start off, kick off the relationship well, because you know, you might have a few nurses coming in and out, and it'll just set the tone and the environment for labor and delivery. And so we wanted to go ahead and do that, and we picked up a bunch of little treats. We got this basket right here, and we're gonna fill it up with a few different things for the nurses. We bought some Starbucks coffees because I'm sure they would love that. We have little scrunchies of their female nurses. We have little snacks to put in there. We got Cheez-Its. We got some pens. They can have nice new pens. I was trying to find like colorful cute pens, but still that wrote black or blue ink. And we checked the Dollar Tree and Walmart, and I couldn't find any that were black ink but still had like cute designs on them. But that's okay. And then for us, it's Easter time. So we got a bag of Easter candies that we can fill the basket up with, along with some mints. And then I'm gonna wrap it all up in this kind of cellophane thing. And it'll just be ready to go for when it's time to go to the hospital. And we can just give that to the nurses, and hopefully that'll just set the tone for a good relationship with them. We also wanted to prep our snack bag that we're gonna take to the hospital, so long as, you know, I'm able to still eat snacks even after epidural. I'm not sure exactly what the hospital will and will not allow, but I do want to have things ready in case, you know, I get there and I still don't have an epidural and I'm hungry or whatever. I looked up what snacks are best to eat during laboring, and so I created my own little trail mix of almonds, dried blueberries, and little dark chocolate chips. And so I'll have that. Whatever dates I have on hand, I'll just throw them into this bag before we leave. And then I also have some wheat thins over here that could also be good during laboring. And not only will I be there, but I have, you know, we're prepping snacks for Will as well. So we have Cheez-Its for him. We've got these granola bars, some Rice Krispie sweet treats, and hopefully we'll be able to make some PB&Js or something to be able to throw into this snack bag before we head out. And whatever fruits, fresh fruits we have on hand, bananas, apples, whatever, we'll throw in this bag and take that with us as well. And also at Walmart, when we were there, they had these huge water bottles that were on sale for $2.50. So we're gonna bring this massive water bottle and put this in the bag, and that snack bag will be ready to go alongside our suitcase, which will have all the things we need for myself, for baby, and for Will. Straight down. Perfect. Okay. Okay, now we're leaving the car. There you go.
We did it.
We did it.
We're ready to have a baby.
So we keep the car seat in the house. The base stays attached in the car.
The baby shouldn't stay in the car either.
No, the baby should not stay in the car. All right, so we'll take this out and bring it inside the house, but we've officially installed our car seat. Yay! We built the crib, we cleaned the house, we washed the baby clothes and put it in the drawers. I prepped the crock pot meals.
Washed the car and learned how to install the car seat.
Yeah.
Cool.
We did it. How does it feel?
Feels good. Like I said, having the car seat in that's pretty real.
All right, you're a dad now because you know how to take baby in and out of the car.
We're ready.
Good job, babe.
Thanks, good job.
You're sweaty.
I know. So we like to scout things out ahead of time, whether it's finding the right bus or train to get to the next city, or where we're gonna bring our child into this world. So we parked here at the hospital for the first time because every single checkup and visit has been at an associated clinic. So we've actually never been to the hospital and we're 5 or 6 weeks out. So we came here, we parked, apparently it's $3 parking. I thought hospital parking would be free, but I think you get to park for 30 days. So we checked in, she said, go across the hall. Guy across the hall said, go up to the 4th floors. I'm really glad we're doing this ahead of time because we want to make sure that we can register and everything is set up through the hospital. So the day of, we can actually show up and we know where we're going. So let's see if we can get all of our questions answered, register for labor, and we'll see what it's like here at the hospital. All right, we've been redirected for the second time, but we're in a waiting room. We gave them our last name and we're waiting for them to call us up so that we can get registered. We can also see the doctor if we need to, but we've seen a doctor and we have a doctor's appointment actually later today at one of the offsite clinics that we keep going to for our checkup. So we're really just here to get a lay of the land, officially register and ask some questions. And now we're gonna wait, and I guess we'll see you once the doctor calls us up and we tell you what questions we got answered and give you updates from there. Also a view of the water, piano, and phone charging station. So we're really well equipped, and I think someone's snoring over here on the couch, so the couches must be comfortable, which is a good sign.
We're all done. That did take over an hour, so we are gonna have to pay our $3 parking fee, but it's all good. It was worth it. It did take longer because I didn't have an appointment, which I didn't know if we needed it or not. We just kind of showed up. When we did finally reach the labor and delivery area, someone did notify the registration lady that we were here to pre-register, but I think she forgot because we were waiting around for maybe like half an hour. But during that time, God just kind of let us experience something. So we were sitting there and we overheard, well, first of all, I took notice of a family that was sitting in the corner and they looked like they were praying, and I wasn't sure, but a few moments later, one of the ladies did get up and was talking to a family member, mentioning that someone in their family, whoever they were there for, when baby was born, they didn't hear a heartbeat, and so she was telling the family member just to pray. And as soon as we heard that, we instantly looked at each other and just started praying for this baby and this mom. And it's emotional because we're so close. But anyways, so we sat there and we were just praying, and she was praying on the phone with her family member. And then in the midst of that, she's like, hold on, I got a text. And I think I overheard something like, baby might be okay. And so she hung up with the person and they went back to go pray some more. And so we were just praying over that family. And then maybe 10-15 minutes later, we overheard her talking to somebody else saying, baby's okay, baby's hooked up to something to help for breathing, but dad is with baby and baby's doing okay and mom's doing okay too. She's under anesthesia or something like that. But just to hear that was a huge relief, just to hear God answering prayers. And then she was just all the glory to God, hearing her pray over the baby and hearing just the news that baby was okay. She said, I just pray that this is a testimony to God and what he's able to do and how powerful he is. And while yes, it was scary to hear that, it was just a reminder as we sat there. You never know what's gonna happen during labor. We have our labor plan ready to go and all the things, and we're praying for smooth labor and all that stuff and delivery. But whatever does happen, like God is in control, and like we can just pray and just lean on him, and his plans are greater than ours. But if you have the faith, he can show up, and he will show up, and he will use it for his testimony and for his glory, to show that there is a God who loves and takes care of us. And so while we did take longer than an hour being here at the hospital, it was really powerful for us to sit there and experience that miracle that just happened just in front of our eyes. So we're still going to be praying up the family, just, you know, making sure that we don't even know their names, nothing, but hey, like, body of Christ connects in bigger ways than we can understand. So we're grateful to have experienced that. 5 minutes after hearing the good news of baby being good, I went in to see the registration lady to see, like, hey, did you forget about me? She's like, oh my gosh, I did, I'm so sorry. So we went in and sat down, and she pre-registered us, and then I did have some questions, because you just never know, different hospitals can do things differently. So I had questions about, like, what is provided at the hospital, like what should I pack. She said, yeah, I mean, you could bring your slippers and your robe and like that kind of stuff to keep you cozy and warm in the hospital, but as far as all the things you would need, like postpartum and diapers for baby, like they're gonna give you a lot of that stuff. They're gonna give you a little goodie bag, like a little, well, not a goodie bag, this isn't a party, I mean, actually it is, it's gonna be a party, but they'll give you a little bit of a like welcome bag with some stuff. So that's good to hear. So that did take longer than expected. We're gonna go grab a bite to eat before we go to my next appointment, which I am officially 35 weeks today, and it's the official like going every couple weeks. So no sonogram today, it's just the checkup, you know, it's probably gonna be really quick, but it is one of the first appointments where it's just going straight to see the doctor and not having some kind of sonogram or test or whatever. So that's next. Appointment is done, checked off the list. As we were driving here, baby was like kicking me, and I was like, whoa, that was a pretty hard kick. Do you know where we're going now? So it was just kind of funny. But yeah, every time I feel baby move, it just makes me feel happy and know that, you know, everything's good in there. So even though sometimes it's a little uncomfortable, it's also comforting at the same time. But the appointment went well. It was very quick. I think we were in and out in 15 minutes. Again, I said I was 35 weeks, and it was like an odd week, so I wasn't sure, okay, am I gonna come at 37 weeks and then 39 weeks? Because usually it's 36, 38, and then every week from there. So baby's healthy, moving, and we're like five weeks, maybe 4 weeks, like who knows when baby's coming, but between 4, 5, 6 weeks, the baby will be here before we know it.
That's our update for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Witty Travels. What could possibly be next?